Have you all been buzzing about what's going down with Sharina Hudson now that she's off Wendy Williams' bankroll? Well, the grapevine says that just like Kevin Hunter, Sharina's struggling big time because Kevin can't shower her with that baby girl treatment without Wendy's cash.
Welcome to Hot Topics, Sharina Hudson. Getting out of my car. With my money.
Remember, Wendy was footing the bill for all those luxuries. We all know that if anyone was a thorn in Wendy's side for years, it was her ex-hubby's side chick, Sharina. Wendy even spilled the tea that she always knew her ex was a serial cheater, catching on to his escapades from the start. And guess what?
I've known about her almost since the beginning. I've known that Kevin is a serial cheat.
Sharina wasn't the first one Kevin cheated with, but their affair was the longest, dragging on for like 15 years.
She was one of these, less than smart women who moved to the big city with bright lights, and she wanted to be a model. And so you know how the girls with the sparkler champagne bottles at the club, they get people to spend more money, they dress scantily clad and things like that.
Adding salt to the wound, Kevin used Wendy's money to put Sharina through school to be a massage therapist, which flopped. Then, he funded a kiosk for her at a North Carolina mall, her hometown. If that wasn't enough, he also bankrolled her online jewelry and clothing line called Vish, all with Wendy's money. Guess what? At one point, Sharina was dabbling in real estate, listing her company's address as her Morristown home, the very house Kevin bought for her with Wendy's money. Talk about nerve. Then, in 2021, Sharina launched a vegan company, again funded by Wendy's bank, whipping up vegan pancakes in a kitchen Wendy also paid for. It's like even after Wendy and Kevin split, Wendy was still footing the bill for Kevin, Sharina, and their daughter.
I don't know how they're raising the daughter Journey, who's almost 2 years, I think she's 2, like next month or something.
Wow.
That's not my problem. I know that my child... My alimony for all 3 of them is on time every month.
Crazy, right? Eventually, Wendy had to stop the alimony payments. And get this, Kevin dragged her to court. He claimed his monthly alimony, courtesy of Wendy per their divorce agreement, stopped in February 2022. Can you believe the nerve? He actually asked the court to order Wendy's guardian to restart the payments, saying he was totally dependent on them. When the court didn't honor his request, Kevin was back at it a few months later, demanding the guardian resume his alimony. And in the court papers, he said, "On December 8, 2022, I attended a mediation with Wendy's counsel, and Wendy's New York court appointed guardian attorney Sabrina Morrissey. In that mediation, Wendy's counsel and guardian agreed to provide statements to accounts and bank records. They claim to have gotten permission from the New York court to provide." He then said that despite supposedly assurances from Wendy's guardian and her attorney that they would provide him with Wendy's bank records, they never materialized. So by December 19th, after reportedly failing to get any further correspondence from Wendy's team, Kevin said he emailed the mediator and copied all parties addressing lack of transparency and bad faith in their lack of honesty in mediation. Basically, he was demanding to see all financial records, plus continuation of his alimony. But according to the countersuit Sabrina filed, she said that Kevin was the one who owed Wendy money. In the court filings, Sabrina claimed that the payments to Kevin were to end if Wendy's yearly earned income was less than 2 times her yearly income as of February 1st, 2020. The Guardian then said that Wendy, who had not shown up to host the Wendy Williams show for the entire last season, stopped being paid her full salary in October of 2021, but Kevin continued to be paid his alimony. According to Sabrina, as a result, Kevin had been unjustly enriched by the receipt of $112,500. The monthly payment was $37,500, so multiply that by 3 months and it's $112,500. And Sabrina wanted Kevin to pay back the money plus interest. In addition, the Guardian was also asking that the judge place a gag order on Kevin because he had been running his mouth a lot about the case. Sabrina said in court documents, "I request that the court increase the protection of this case and issue a gag order, thereby instructing Mr. Hunter not to speak to the press or others except for legal advisors about these matters, and to instruct anyone with whom he has previously discussed these matters that they should not communicate about these matters with anyone else." Honey, with all the cash dried up and lawsuits flying at Kevin from all directions, it was no shocker when rumors started swirling that Sharina was ditching him. Reports even claimed Sharina took Kevin to court for child support because he wasn't paying up. Maybe Kevin tried to convince Sharina he had a master plan to squeeze more alimony out of Wendy. Just before dragging Wendy Wendy back to court, Kevin announced on Instagram that he had married his longtime side piece, Sharina. He gave a birthday shout-out to Sharina, calling her his wife in all caps with 2 red exclamation points. Talk about a bold move. Since the court shot down his request again, they've been laying low. But word is, they're still struggling without Wendy's cash. As for Wendy, the last we heard was after her documentary aired, showing her battling some serious issues. There were scenes of Wendy needing help just to walk, taking breaks on set to sit down, and needing assistance to stand up. At one point, when a producer asked if Wendy had seen a neurologist, she responded,
"Did you see a neurologist?
To find out if I'm crazy?"
The documentary also revealed how Wendy ended up under guardianship with a family member. She was put before a judge and assigned a guardian when her health issues became overwhelming.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
Speaking of Wendy being taken away from her family, her sister Wanda Finney and niece Alex Finney told People magazine that they had no clue where Wendy was being treated. They were in the dark about the treatments and couldn't contact her directly, only hearing from Wendy if she called. Wanda even said, "The people who love her cannot see her." The burning question is, how did things get so bad? The family blamed the lack of communication on Wendy's guardian. According to them, Sabrina is the only one with full access to Wendy. Alex Finney also appeared on The View, shedding more light on the guardianship situation. She said the family had no say in the guardianship and couldn't talk to Wendy about family matters, like her father being ill. It often took months for the guardian to respond to them with any information.
All of a sudden, there was just this wall that went down, and the family was blocked out. It was in April of 2022, and the contact from that point on has been so limited.
Other than family, Wendy's close friend Regina Hall spilled the tea that Sabrina was controlling Wendy's money and how it was spent, and Regina was not happy about it.
When I was in New York and staying with Wendy in the summer, I noticed when she would call, she had no access to her money, so every time she had to do anything that she had to pay for, she had to go through the guardian.
She accused Sabrina of dragging her feet in responding, if she responded at all. Regina shared that Wendy would order breakfast early in the morning, but thanks to Sabrina's delays, it wouldn't arrive until hours later. On top of all this, we found out Wendy is actually broke.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you.
The Fed slapped her with a lawsuit, claiming she owed over $500,000 in federal taxes from 2019 to 2021. The lien was approved in January and recorded in February with the NYC Department of Finance. This led to Wendy's apartment being cleared out, and photos showed her luxury place completely emptied. So it seems Sharina and Kevin aren't getting a penny from Wendy. Rumor has it, they're struggling. Word on the street is Sharina's ready to bail because she's tired of pretending to love Kevin and acting like it wasn't all about the money. What do you think is happening with Sharina now that Wendy's money is out of the picture? Are you here for the karma hitting both her and Kevin? Spill your thoughts in the comments below.
She was one of these, less than smart women who moved to the big city with bright lights, and she wanted to be a model. And so you know how the girls with the sparkler champagne bottles at the club, they get people to spend more money, they dress scantily clad and things like that.